Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Friday, 1st of December 2023. This day is actually celebrated as World AIDS Day. As observed on the 1st of December every year, to raise the awareness and knowledge about HIV and a call to move toward ending the HIV epidemic. It was the first celebrated in 1988. The theme of 2022 was Rock the Reborn. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper The Hindu states that Israel Hamas Trasi live updates 8 Israeli hostages released during extended Trasi. United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken urged an extension after a meeting with the leaders in Israel and the occupied West Bank. A newly released prisoner hugs a relative during a welcome ceremony following the release of Palestinian prisoners from the Israeli jails in exchange for Israeli hostages held in Gaza by Hamas since October 7 attacks in Ramallah in the occupied West Bank early on December 1st, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Prime Minister Modi arrives in Dubai to attend World Climate Action Summit. Mr. Modi will attend the World Climate Action Summit on Friday during the United Nations Conference of the Parties on Climate, known as Conference of Party 28, that is today. Prime Minister Modi being greeted by United Arab Emirates Deputy Prime Minister Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan upon his arrival in Dubai on December 1st, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Navy gets ready for its biggest naval exercise amid ocean engagements. Exercise Milan is a biennial multilateral naval exercise which began in 1995 and has since significantly expanded in scope and scale to become the largest exercise held by India. Naval ship firing flares during the exercise Milan, the Navy's largest exercise, which brings together over 40 countries in the Visakhapatnam on Sunday, February 27, 2022. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that Sulaiman first raised a Panun matter with the Dawal in Jeddah early August. The two NSAs were in Saudi Arabia for the meeting, which was attended by about 40 countries. When United States NSA Jake Sullivan met NSA Ajit Doval in August in Jeddah on the sidelines of the meeting on a Russia-Ukraine war, it was the first time that the United States administration brought up at the highest level the issue of the alleged plot to kill Khalistan separatist Gurpatwant Singh Panun, the Indian Express has learned. NSA Doval with the United States counterpart Jake Sullivan in Washington on January 31st. The two met again in Jeddah in August. Indian Express also states that matter of concern, not our policy. Comment on United States charge, we told you so, says Trudeau. Will obviously be guided by inquiry committee's result, says MEA. In first remarks after United States federal prosecutors accused an Indian officials of planning and directing a plot from India to kill Khalistan separatist to Gurpatwant Singh Panun. In New York, the government said Thursday it was a matter of concern and contrary to government policy. Khalistan supporter Panun is in New York office Wednesday. Indian Express also states that India-China working group agrees to hold commanders meet soon. Talks on full disengagement in eastern Ladakh were constructive, says MEA. India and China on Thursday held constructive diplomatic talks on proposals to resolve remaining issues and achieve complete disengagement in eastern Ladakh, but there were no signs of breakthrough. It is said the two sides have reviewed the situation and engaged in an open, constructive and in-depth discussion on proposals to resolve the remaining issues and achieve complete disengagement in eastern Ladakh. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper stated that despite Delhi's air quality index on the brink of severe again, the capital's air quality returned to the deep red zone on Thursday to end November on a sooty note as thick grey haze shrouded Delhi's sky and calm winds neglected the washout effect that helped drive out pollutants after rains at the beginning of the week. Delhi's India, November 30, 2023. People are seen morning walk in a garden amid cold and hazy weather near the India Gate in New Delhi, India on Thursday, 30 November 2023. Hindustan Times also states that Nagarjuna Sagar Dam attention prevails as Telangana Andhra cops clash at site. Police personnel stand by barricades at the Nagarjuna Dam site after altercation with Andhra police in Telangana on Thursday. Tensions prevail at the interstate major irrigation project of Nagarjuna location on Krishna River, when the irrigation department authorities of Andhra Pradesh alleged trespassed into the project site, clashed with the Telangana police and took control over half of the project spillway in the early hours of Thursday, people familiar with the matter said. Hindustan Times also states that DPCC 257 Farganj guest house is extracting groundwater illegally. A joint committee headed by the Delhi's Pollution Control Committee (DPCC) has informed the National Green Tribunal (NGT) that it has found that 257 guest houses at Farganj in the central Delhi are illegally extracting groundwater, and they have begun initiating action against these establishments. New Delhi, India, August 4, 2020. A view down a road dotted by hotels and guest houses in Farganj, New Delhi, India on Tuesday, August 4, 2020. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, momentum to continue in Q3 on a track of 6.5% growth in financial year 2024 CEA. Strong tax collection, both direct and indirect, suggest the economy might be doing better than what is being currently measured, and Nageshwaran said. India's growth momentum is expected to continue in the October-December quarter as well, putting the economy on track for a 6.5% growth rate this financial year, Chief Economic Advisor V. Anantha Nageshwaran said on Thursday. 16th Finance Commission's term are short but all-encompassing, Somanathan. The terms of reference to for the 16th Finance Commission are short but all-encompassing, Finance Secretary T.V. Somnath said Thursday, clarifying that the terms are not limited or preliminary. Somanathan has said they are shorter than recent commissions but offer a greater leeway to stakeholders so that their inputs can be taken into account, he said. The terms of reference for the 16th Finance Commission are short but all-encompassing, Finance Secretary T.V. Somanathan said on Thursday. HPCL's Chhara LNG terminal in Gujarat likely to start operations in the next 2 months. Although the Chhara terminal had achieved mechanical completion earlier this year, the commissioning was delayed as the pipeline to connect it to the existing gas pipeline network was not ready at the time. An LNG import and regasification terminal is used to receive cargoes of natural gas that has been liquefied by being cooled at ultra-low temperatures. Going towards the world news, including Hamas handed over 2 female hostages are expected after Trussy extended 2023 set to become a warmest year ever, reveals World Meteorological Organization report. For a $475 million pledge to climate disaster fund as Conference of Party 28 makes a promising start. United Nations Weather Agency says 2023 is the hottest year on the record, warns of further climate extremes ahead. This is what Canada has been talking about, says Trudeau, after United States charges Indian for plotting Sikh separatists' murder. 2 Palestinians opened fire at Jerusalem bus stop, killing 3 police. Going towards science and technology, scientists discover a rare system with the 6 planets orbiting in Cynic. Astronomers have for the first time in the history found a 6-planet system that is in orbital resonance. Astronomers have discovered an exceptionally rare phenomenon in the nearby star system, 6 planets that orbit their central star in a cynic with a rhythm. The planets move around a pattern so precise that it can be set to music. Artist's impression of six planets orbiting star in the resonance. A cannibal solar explosion could cause strong auroras tomorrow. A cannibal coronal mass ejection could hit our planet on Friday, triggering auroras. Even in places that usually do not get to see them. A National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) model predicts that a cannibal coronal mass ejection from the sun will strike our planet on Friday, December 1st. That is today, an illustrative image depicting an aurora. From the artificial intelligence point of view, India has the resources and talent to make its own artificial intelligence models, says founder of the tech whisper Jaspreet Bindra. Jaspreet Bindra envisions Jan artificial intelligence, short for Janta artificial intelligence, a highly localized large language model that will be built along the lines of India's digital payment infrastructure. Bindra illustrated how localization is the key for inclusive artificial intelligence, and that means support for the local languages. At last, there's a famous quotation by a famous, we call his civil engineer, that is Le Corbusier, whose birth anniversary is 6 October 1887 up to 27 August 1965. Charles Edward Ginat, known as Le Corbusier, was a Swiss French architect, designer, painter, urban planner, and a writer who was one of the pioneers of what is now regarded as modern architecture. He was born in Switzerland and acquired French nationality by naturalization on 19 September 1930. His career spanned 5 decades, in which he designed buildings in Europe, Japan, India, as well as North and South America. Consider that the roots of modern architecture are to be found in Viollet Leduc. He is also the designer of the Chandigarh City in India. Le Corbusier says a famous quotation. He says that to be modern is not a fashion. It is a state. It is necessary to understand history, and he who understands history knows how to find continuity between that which was, that which is, and that which will be. Okay, thank you.